y'all, it's your girl Rogue. I am back. Today I am showing y'all how I use hair drops in my hair, especially with a protective style like braids, and some other things that I use to make sure that my hair grows healthy and that it stays moisturized while in said braids, right? So let's get into the video.
Black is the color of my true love's hair.
Welcome to ManeCuisine. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, so y'all, like I said, I'm going to show you how I oil my scalp and make sure that my scalp is moisturized and that it can grow with my grow oil. I make a gumbo, call it gumbo, because you know, ManeCuisine. I make a hair drop oil that I call gumbo because you know it got everything in that. At first it was called kitchen sink. Okay, because it has everything in there but the kitchen sink. And it will be going on retail very soon. But that is what I use in my hair right now. My braids are a little over, not 2 weeks, a little over a week old. And they have some growth and some movement. Now, to answer a question that I asked on Instagram and TikTok and on YouTube, you should only be using your hair drop oils every 2 to 3 days, maybe every other day, which would still equal to about every 3 days or every 4 days. You don't want to oversaturate your hair because it will become heavy and you can run the risk of clogging your pores, and it's wasting product, which means that you're wasting money. Because hair drops, because they have so many ingredients in them, they're not cheap, okay? Like, girls, sis, save your money. Cousins, count them coins. Okay, so every 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 times a week should be on the minimum side, and on the maximum side, it should be every other day. Other than that, you're wasting product. So here's a few things that I have that I make sure that I have on hand before I start, which is my Shea Butter. This is just whipped Shea Butter. It's just easier and more palatable to move on my scalp. I have my fine mist bottle that has warm water in it. I have my jojoba oil. Like, this is everything. And I have my drops. You can see this is about where it is now, and then I'm gonna show you where it is towards the end because you don't want to overuse this, right? So, and last thing, I have lots of hair ties because you're gonna need them. Especially if you have if your hair is in a protective style like mine. Ooh, that feels so good, just letting these braids down and letting them air out. It feels so good. If you have a protective style, or even if your hair is just out and natural or relaxed, you can use hair clips, anything to just separate your hair. So you don't have to actually use the hair ties like I do, but just something that can separate your hair and hold it in place while you are working on another area. So one thing that I do, I go down, find my middle, or as close to the middle as possible, split that in two, like so, like that, right? Come on, Miss Tabitha Brown. And then once I have my pieces, I think I'm gonna throw it over here, or 1 or 2. Once I have my pieces split into two, I'm going to take them and right above the ear, make sure that you have that right here. Make sure you have that with your front piece. Why? Because it's gravity. Your oil is going to naturally want to go down instead of going backwards. So it going down, when you put the oil, it's going to go down this way instead of down that way. So it just makes your lines a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead on and speed this up and tie all of this hair up. Okay? Be right back. Okay, y'all, so my hair is separated, looking like Pippi Longstockings with braids, individual braids. And then in the back, you can see it's, look, it's a little ratchet separated, but it is separated in the back, okay? So when I am putting my drops in, here's my little dropper. Actually, it already had exactly enough in there. I may not even use this much on a section when I'm doing it. Well, let me turn. So with my hair like this, I will usually take just about that much hair, because what I wanted to do is I'm going to drop it in a line here and then rub it down. You see, didn't even use the whole thing. And then I rub it down. Yes, rub it down. And then I continue doing that in this section. Make sure you are running this oil down the center, because most people miss that part because it is separated, so they don't put it on the parts where the separated parts are. Make sure you are getting oil there, because you still want this oil to slide down. And then just run it down. Just run it on down. And now I'm going to continue with the rest of it. Like I tell you guys, when it comes to the hair drops, I usually make my own right there in my kitchen, dehydrating all of my goods and putting them into the oil. But I do have a friend on Instagram. You can find her at Olivia.TheRose, and she makes a scalp serum that is all natural and grows hair back, bald spots, beards, edges, nails, and even your eyebrows. Okay, like her serum is everything. So make sure you go out and look her up. Her name is Olivia.TheRose on Instagram. And Gumbo will be coming out soon to you guys. I can't wait for y'all to try it and tell me how it works for you. Okay, y'all, I did not use very much of this. So that's it with the drops, okay? So here's the thing that most people forget. Once you have the drops in your hair, and it's all, well, not in your hair, on your scalp. Once you have them on your scalp, take your fingers, just the palms of your fingers. Don't use, I know a lot of us have long nails. I can't have my long nails. I'm like at starter nails now. But massage your scalp. This is so essential to getting that all into your scalp and into your hair follicles. Now, this is a great thing if you have long nails. You know, get your significant other, get the kids, get a family member, get a friend, get somebody to massage your hair for 3 to 5 minutes. But here's the kicker. Hold on. I don't want you to just massage your hair up here. Flip that hair over, and I want you to go all the way down and invert it. Massage your scalp. And you're just going to do the same thing, but you're going to bring that blood flow straight to the surface with the inverted massages on your scalp. You're going to do that for another good 2 minutes. Look, I don't need y'all passing out, okay? So you're going to do that for another good 2 minutes, and then that's that with your scalp. Now, I told y'all that I also use jojoba oil. I love me some jojoba oil. It is the closest thing to sebum, which is the oil that your hair naturally makes. And for us kinky sisters and kinky cousins, the sebum is harder to get down to the lower ends of your strands because of the coil pattern of our hair and the curl pattern. So what I do is, because it's a very good sealant, I take my little spray bottle my fine mister, and I just mist it a little bit. You don't need to put a whole lot of water in your hair, okay? Not a whole lot. Just a little bit, just so I get it on my actual hair strands. And then I take my jojoba oil. You don't even need a lot of jojoba oil. I take my jojoba oil, just about, let's see. Oop, that might be too much, but we're here now. But we are here now. So I take about this much jojoba oil and I rub that in between my fingers. Get that nice and warm. You want to get that to your skin temp. Get that warmed up. And then I literally just go through my hair. This is so much easier if your hair is not in a protective style or not in braids but loose, because you know exactly where your hair strands end. But I just put just a fine layer of jojoba oil just where my actual hair strands are in these braids, so it can still get some moisture. You don't want your hair to dry out when it's in these protective styles, because the protective style is to what? Protect your hair, to gain length, all of that good stuff. So you still want to keep your strands moisturized so that when you take these out, they are still good and healthy, right? Okay, so I'm done with that. That was the hardest part. Like, y'all, it is so easy. It doesn't take long. Make sure you do this in the daytime. Do not, I repeat, do not put your drops in or oil on your hair when it's nighttime. Because what are you going to do? You're going to wrap your hair up, and then it's going to be on your scarf. It's going to be on your pillow, on your sheets, everywhere but where you want it, which is on your hair strands and on your scalp. So do this in the morning. Wake up a little bit earlier. Do it on a day that you're off or a day that you don't really have anything to do in the morning, so that you have, you know, a good little 20 minutes to knock this out. Even less than 20 minutes. I'm talking, and it's going to take less than 20 minutes for me to do all of this. So make sure that you do this in the daytime so that it has time to penetrate your scalp. Also, if you like body with your hair, if your hair is loose, you don't have to use the jojoba oil, because oils can weigh down your scalp. This is another reason why I tell you that you don't need to use a whole lot of this oil, the oil drops, because it's going to weigh down your hair also. That's not what you want. If you want that body yada 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 of your hair, you don't want to weigh the strands down, right? So to end everything, the last thing that I do, I take my little shea butter. Y'all, this is going to look like a lot, but I just go over my edges with it. Y'all trust me? I would trust me. Look at all that shea butter. But watch what happens. Shea butter melts so effortlessly into the hair. Where you would never know that I put gobs of shea butter right there on my hairline. And when I flip my hair, I want my hair back and forth. I want my hair back and forth. And then I do the same thing in the back. Now, when I first got my braids, I definitely did this more often in the back, because my braid technician, she's really good, but the back of my hair is just sensitive. Like, it doesn't like any type of tension. Like, it is not a fan of the tensions. So this keeps my hair from pulling and creating those little bumps and knots and all of that stuff. And I just massage it in all the way around so that it can protect my edges at all times. Okay? And we are done. And that's that. Thank y'all for coming and watching how I put my hair drops in. And I mentioned 2 of my friends who have hair drops, but there are other more mainstream hair drops, like the Hollywood hair drops. Kaleidoscope hair drops. There's multiple companies that have hair drops. Not only hair drops, but they have hair oils. They have growth oils that you can use on your hair that don't come in a drop form, but they come in a bottle. You can use any of those on your scalp just to stimulate your scalp and get your hair growing. And that razzle dazzle, get them length. Get that length, okay? Make it look like bundles in that hair, girl. But make sure that you comment below. Let me know how it works for you. Is there something different that you do with your routine when you put your hair drops in? What do you use when you do your hair drops or your hair growth oil? And hit me up on all of my social media. You can hit me up on LVRogueB, which is on Twitter and Instagram. You can hit us up on ManeCuisine LLC on Instagram. We're on TikTok with ManeCuisine. All of that on Facebook, ManeCuisine. And thank you, cousins, for coming. Bye. If you enjoyed this video from ManeCuisine, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, hit us up on all of our social media. Comment, let us know what you want to see from us because this channel is for you. Bye, cousins.